Good evening. My name is Todd Stern, and welcome to Credit Talk. We are very fortunate tonight to have very special guest, Jeff Entrader. He is a seasoned mortgage broker, and Jeff is here to answer all your questions regarding mortgages. And you're going to actually teach me something tonight about reverse mortgages, which is a hot topic now as well. So for our viewers out there, this is a live call-in show. And our phone number is right on the screen there at 312-738-1060. So the lines do get full quick, so start calling now and get yourself in line. If you don't want to talk on TV, you can always call the Help Center at 773-862-4000. So first of all, Jeff, thank you very much for being on the show tonight. Why don't you tell our viewing audience a little bit about yourself?
Thanks, Todd. I am Senior Vice President of Chicago Financial Services. We're actually not a brokerage. We're a full-service mortgage bank. I've been doing this for over 20 years now and have dealt with everything from VA to FHA, first-time home buyer, conventional, jumbo. I've been doing it long enough that you run into everything along the path.
I think that qualifies you to answer questions from
our
viewers, and I'm really excited to talk about this topic. Me and you had a little discussion during the week regarding this, and I'm sure people have seen out there commercials on TV, reverse mortgages. Mm-hmm. I am at an age where I don't even qualify yet for it.
You're getting there.
I'm getting there, but hopefully I'm going to stay at this age. But there's a lot of people that this is, after what you told me about this reverse mortgage, this is really, could be a game changer, a game saver for a lot of elderly people out there. So I actually have a couple questions to ask you about it. You know, since senior citizens are finding it harder and harder to make fixed income, you know, what is out there to help them, which we kind of just discussed.
Which we discussed, right? The reverse mortgage product.
So one of the myths that I've heard is that a reverse mortgage, you sign over your house to the bank. Is that true?
Absolutely not. A reverse mortgage is exactly that. It's a mortgage. You're pledging your house as collateral, and the bank is giving you money, backed by FHA. There is no change of title, no change of ownership. You live in your house as long as you want to be there. Pure and simple.
And again, I thought that you just had X amount of time to live in there, and then you had to get out and just give the keys to the bank, but that's not so.
Not at all.
So let's do this before I actually come on. We have a caller already, so let's go to our first call. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. My name is Joe. And my situation is that I recently applied for a mortgage.
Uh-huh.
My credit score was showing 780, I believe it was.
That's good.
And I had a red light ticket that was mine in my name. When it came to me, I paid it $200. That's the only thing was on there, but it went to collection. So they turned me down for that reason. Is that normal?
No. If you've got a 780 credit score, and a $200 collection should absolutely not disqualify you for a mortgage, Joe.
Were there any other reasons? Maybe your income or your balances on your credit card?
No. I was told the only reason was because of a red light ticket went to collection. It went to the election. I didn't know about it. When I knew about it, I did pay it. I paid the lump. It was $200. I paid $200. It wasn't a payment plan or anything. And actually, I went to the police station. They said, "Oh no, it went to collection." They called collection. I called collection to send a check right away.
Huh? That's really odd. So, Joe, what I want you to do is the number behind us, my help center. Call there right now. Leave your name and number on there, and let me talk to you. And then I can have Jeff give you a call as well. But that's ridiculous. A 780 is a no-brainer, and we've talked about credit scores here on the show many times. Every time I have the show, 780 is tier 1 financing, and they shouldn't turn you down.
Yeah, it says the credit is excellent.
Yeah,
when I look, it says excellent.
It is excellent.
And not only one across the board on all of them. Afterfact, all of them. It says excellent. They're all in the high sevens.
Yeah. I mean, here, and I'll show you our little, so if you're at 780, I mean, as you can see, the score is between 740 and 799. There's 23% of America that's actually in that level, which is actually, excellent. I'm trying to get to another screen here. Sorry
That's
about
what
that.
it says. Each time I check, it says excellent.
Yeah, give us a call at the Help Center. We'll get you straightened out.
Okay,
So
let me grab that number.
Thank
Thanks a
you
lot,
so
okay?
much for calling.
Yes.
So, wow, I hate to say it, but I think he's got a mortgage broker that maybe has not been 20 years in the business like yourself.
Sounds like it.
And
There's something wrong
or
somewhere.
there's something else is going on that we don't know 100% sure. So, and this show is also about credit. So if you do have credit issues on your report, if you're looking to figure out how to get rid of them, give us a call here and we can help you with it. I want to, before we go on to the next question, I just want to show something real quick. We get emails and questions and pictures and all kinds of stuff. This picture was sent to us from our last week's show, so I have to show it. These are our youngest viewers. Now, how adorable is that? I'm sorry, but I had to put that on.
It's hard for me to understand at that age how they need credit repair already.
Well, hopefully they don't, but I just thought that was something I did want to share with our viewing audience out there, so I thought that was cute. But, so let's talk a little bit more about reverse mortgages. If you have any questions about reverse mortgages, give us a call right now. At the end, who ends up paying off that loan?
Well, it depends on the situation, is the short answer. The little bit longer answer. With a reverse mortgage, you stay in your home until what is called a triggering event happens, which can sound kind of cold. What a triggering event is either you don't live in the house anymore for 12 months, meaning you're in maybe a retirement home or nursing home or something along those lines, or until you pass away. The last resident passes away. And at that point, it's up to the estate to make the decision. This is what is called a no-recourse loan, meaning if you've had the loan long enough that you owe more than the house is worth, you don't owe that. You hand it back to FHA. That is the built-in mechanism. Your heirs are not subject or you to that debt.
It's interesting. So, Jeff, let's go to our next call.
Okay.
Let's do that. Hello, caller.
Hello. So I am in 8th grade and I am 14. And my question is that, so I have saved up enough money for doing chores at home and would like to open up some sort of bank account and get a debit card. How old do you think I have to be to do that? And I want to buy a car when I'm 16.
Oh, wow.
Is this a good way to save my money?
Well, thank you.
It's a great way to save your money, number one. Number two, you probably will need to talk to mom and dad about that one in terms of buying the car at 16, but you can absolutely open a bank account. I'm assuming you have a social security number?
Yes, I would imagine. But here, and you know what? It's funny that this question just came up because I was at Chase Bank the other day, and they had a big display, and I was talking to one of the bankers. The answer is, are you older than 13? You said you're 14?
Yes.
Then you can go with your parents actually to a bank, and they can open up a savings account, which will be good for your checking account, where you'll be able to learn how to manage money. And so that's for all our young viewers out there and parents, that start them out young, teach them how to even write checks, even though most people don't write checks anymore. But that's very responsible. So what? I gotta ask one question. What kind of car do you want to get when you're 16?
You know what? I haven't decided yet. I'm thinking either a Tesla or a Porsche.
You aim high, young lady. Aim high.
Well, start saving your money.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thanks. Okay, thank you for. Wow. All right, well, we get all kinds of calls here, but that was a good call. And yes, I think at a young age, it is good to get involved in finance and learn, because too many people, all of a sudden, they're out of college, and we see this a lot at the Help Center. They'll go out and get credit when they're 20, 21, and don't really know how to use it properly and manage it. They'll go out, and my favorite expression is they always go to the bar, throw the card down, drinks for everybody. But at the end of the month, that bill comes, and you know what? You got to pay that credit card bill. And they don't pay it. Next thing you know, they get late payments, they get collections. they've got a good job and they're making good money, and they call us at the Help Center. Help, my credit is messed up from when I was young. So yes, I do recommend starting out at a young age. So back to reverse mortgages. Can I apply for one, or?
Not yet. You're gaining on it, but
Okay.
not yet. You have to be a minimum of 62 years of age to qualify. And once you qualify, and if you decide to do a reverse mortgage, that loan is yours forever. If you have an existing mortgage, you would have to pay that mortgage off, which of course means there's no more mortgage payment. You're still responsible for the taxes and insurance on your home, but you make no principal or interest payments until that triggering event that we talked about happens.
And is the money given to, say the amount is $250,000? Do they give you a check for $250,000, or do they give you monthly payments? Which way does it go?
Every loan is different, and what I mean is every client is different. Every borrower has different needs. What lots of people use this for is an income supplement. One of the wonders of modern day medicine is we're living longer and longer and longer. The problem is that Social Security and 401ks that were originated decades ago weren't built for how long we're all hopefully going to live. And seniors are finding themselves in severe cash crunches. The reverse mortgage is a product of the Federal Housing Authority that was designed to help people bridge that gap, and can supply you, if you so wish, with a monthly income as long as you stay in your home.
Now, what about a situation where there are other family members, say the person with the reverse mortgage, eventually passes away or moves to a nursing home, but somebody in the family wants that home? Is there any way that can they pay the bank off, pay back the money, and keep the house?
Absolutely.
So it could stay in the family.
It can absolutely stay in the family. The family members can refinance the home into their names, pay off the reverse mortgage, and live there happily ever after.
That's good to know. This is great information. Before I go to my email questions, let's go to our next call. Hello, caller.
Hi. I have a question for your guest tonight.
Okay, Jeff, yes.
My parents have been in their home for a little over 30 years now, and they don't have a mortgage. The house, the house is worth close to $800 or more, and they need some money to live on. What is better for me? What is better, for me to give them money each month, or should they do a reverse mortgage? And what kind of interest rate would it be?
Well, okay. In terms of what is better, obviously, if you're in a position on a consistent basis to be able to supplement your parents' income and not have to go through putting a mortgage on the home, that would probably be, as you said, best. Because if you do a reverse mortgage, you are going to be accruing interest that is going to have to be paid eventually. If you're in a position to do what you said, that would be first choice. For those people out there that aren't in that position, the reverse mortgage is the alternative to strapping not only to a case where not only is the senior strapped, but the children are not in a position like you are to be able to supplement their parents' income long term, because it is hopefully it's a long-term problem.
What kind of interest rate are things at right now? Or would that be for a reverse mortgage?
I didn't look today. There are different types of reverse mortgages, so it's going to depend on which plan you choose. They're in the 4 to 5% range.
That's not bad.
Which is where, as of today, 30-year fixed have climbed to, at the low end of that.
Well, for example, like what percentage of the home value would they be able to receive?
You can generally, how old are your folks?
75, 76.
Okay. They would be able to get somewhere in the 55, 56% range. However, the maximum value that FHA will allow is $650,000. So even though the house is worth $850, they're only going to allow us to calculate based on $650. So they'd be able to do a 300.
Get that in a lump sum, or do they take it, or they allocate it a certain amount over a period of time?
That's custom. We would, you and your parents and I, or whoever you choose to talk to, would sit down with you, probably across your kitchen table or in our office, whichever you prefer, and take you through those options.
I see. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your help. We're considering all of our options right now and need to make a decision. So I appreciate your information. It's very helpful.
If you'd like more information, give us a call at the Help Center. You can even leave your name and number now, or anybody else that is watching. Jeff, we get a lot of calls when we get back there because just certain people don't want to discuss matters on TV like this. So 773-862-4000 is the Help Center. Leave a voicemail now. Be sure to leave your name with phone number, and we will get back to you. But thank you for the call. And I do just want to remind everybody, my name is Todd Stern, and I am the credit expert. Jeff Entrader is the mortgage expert here, if you just tuned in. He's been in the business for over 20 years. We're talking about reverse mortgages and how effective they can be for seniors. And it's really, he's enlightened me tonight. It's a fabulous product. And if you're in that situation, or want more information, definitely call us at the Help Center, and we will get Jeff your information. So Jeff, besides reverse mortgages, you also do standard conventional mortgages.
Lots of them.
So I put out some stuff on the internet ahead of time, and we get several emails with questions from people. So I got a question here from Phil Beham. Does a first-time buyer have to put down a lot of money to purchase a home?
Absolutely not. There are programs out there that allow 3.5% down, 5% down. There are first-time home buyer programs out there that will allow for up to $7,000 in closing cost credits and or down payment assistance. There are even programs out there right now in certain areas that will allow full 5% credit towards either down payment or closing costs. So there's a lot of help out there. You do not need a ton of money to get into a home. And while interest rates are still low,
Yes.
This is a great time because a lot of times, even with a small down payment, you're looking at ending up with a monthly payment that's equal to or less than what you're paying in rent now.
I see that all the time where and rents are so high now. It's
Yes.
unbelievable. South Loop, River North, all that stuff where years ago, it was affordable. Now it's crazy what people are paying. I see people paying $2,800, $3,000 on a rental on a 2-bedroom condo, and that's easily a mortgage payment. And if you can afford that,
Absolutely.
and again, like doing FHA, little down, and have ownership in the property, you're not going to have to worry about a landlord throwing you out. You're writing off that interest. And you own it. You want to put a nail on that wall, go ahead, put that nail on the wall.
Absolutely.
So that's the beauty of home ownership. So Phil Brilliant actually from the West Side writes in, what is a home equity loan?
A home equity loan is a second mortgage
Uh-huh.
that draws on the equity of your home. Pure and simple. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's usually a second mortgage. In most cases, people have a first mortgage, want to tap into the equity to do repairs around the house or maybe consolidate bills and consolidate credit card debt or car payments, and they tap into the equity. can sometimes be a good idea because it takes non-tax deductible interest when you're consolidating and turns it into tax deductible interest.
Interesting. And I've actually got another question here. This is probably more directed to me. Scott Cogan writes in, he's a potential home buyer, but he does have negative information on his credit report. So as you've seen, you know, if it's what type of score? What's the lowest score you can take to do a mortgage?
You can go, there are programs out there right now that'll go to 580.
Okay.
You really would prefer to be significantly higher than that. One of the major drivers of cost, meaning interest rate and or mortgage insurance for those borrowers that are putting down less than 20% or are going FHA because of their credit score, is credit score.
Yes.
The higher the lower the credit score, the higher the cost. So it really makes sense if you're thinking about home ownership to reach out to someone like your company,
Right.
to get those credit scores.
Yes,
up.
and we've discussed before, as far as credit scores, as Jeff was saying, the higher, the better your rate is going to be. You always, if you see on TV these commercials, even 0% financing on the car for 72 months. Tier 1 financing. What is Tier 1 financing? Right here, 797. That's a great credit score. So that's what you want. And it's really pretty simple to obtain these scores. Number one, obviously don't overdo it with the credit. You don't need 15 credit cards. As I've preached on this show before, stay away from the department store cards because they're going to get you in trouble. Too many department store cards, and even if you have money, you might forget to pay a bill. One gets lost in the mail, something. Plus, again, if you can get a Visa or MasterCard that has some sort of rewards, I would go with that. So I think we have just a couple minutes left. Let's go to our last caller. Hello, caller.
Hi. My husband and I keep going back and forth on this. I want to lock in our interest rate now for a 30-year mortgage, but he keeps thinking that it's better to do like a 15-year mortgage. Don't you think our interest rates are pretty low right now, and where do you see them going from here?
Well, they're going to go up. That we're already seeing the beginning of that. And it's reasonable to think after a period of rates being as low as they've been for as long as they've been, that they're going to continue to increase for the foreseeable future. The question of 15-year versus 30-year, the product that you pick has to fit your lifestyle. The 15-year mortgage is going to have a lower interest rate, is going to save you significant dollars in terms of total interest cost, and you're going to own your home, obviously, in 15 years. The downside is it's going to cost more per month. It depends on what fits in your lifestyle. If you were my brother or sister, I would be looking at you and saying that if you can afford the 15-year, you should do the 15-year. But it has to be comfortable. You don't want to be beholden to just your house. You have to have enough monthly income to be able to make your mortgage payment and still live comfortably. That's the determining factor. And you need to talk to somebody like me.
But after 15 years, after that, maybe the interest rates might be at, 7% or something.
But you're going to own your home. Why would you care? You're at the end. If you take a 15-year mortgage, you own your home at the end of the 15 years. You can laugh at everybody else that's trying to get mortgages.
Right. So, caller, thank you so much. We have about 30 seconds left here.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, yes, what I always tell people, you don't want to be what they say, house poor. But if you have, extra money that you can put at it, or even if you have a 30-year, what I used to do is I would take extra money and make an additional principal payment.
Correct.
There used to be a big product out there, the bi-weekly or bi-monthly mortgage or bi-weekly, I can't remember what they were called. At the end of the day, it was making one extra mortgage payment a year. So if you can even if your payment, to make it easy, is $1,200 a month, pay an extra $100 every month on that regular mortgage. That'll make a big difference in your 30-year loan.
Yeah.
So that's something that you can definitely do. And, well, I think we have time for, let me read one more of these emails.
Okay.
This one, who should they talk, Joe from the South Side writes in, who should I talk to first, the mortgage broker or the real estate agent? I'm going to let you answer that, because I know the answer.
Is he buying a home?
Obviously he's buying a home. So who should he work with first, the realtor, or should he talk to a mortgage broker first?
He should talk to somebody like me first, so that he knows what he's getting into, what his costs will look like. We can always estimate a price and work backwards into giving him a pre-approval. When you call a realtor and say, I want to look, and I'm pre-approved, and I'm ready to go, you're going to be treated, you're a Class A prospect for that realtor.
Right.
Realtors like clients that have been approved, period, end of story.
And as we tell everybody at the Help Center, and that's exactly what I hear, a pre-approval letter is that you, the consumer, have talked to somebody like Jeff, and Jeff says, you know what, you're good to purchase a home up to $300,000. Because everybody thinks they can buy something that is more expensive than they can usually qualify for. So you don't want to go look at a $500,000 home when you only qualify for a $300,000 home, because there's going to be a big difference. And you could be disappointed. Plus, we talk to a lot of people at the Help Center that have credit issues. And they might work with a realtor and have not gone to the mortgage broker yet, and they're basically spinning their wheels. Then they find the house, they fall in love with it, they make an offer, and then somebody like Jeff says, sorry, you can't do it, the credit shot. Then they call us at the Help Center, but these things take time. The credit bureaus, as we've discussed, have minimum 30 days to look at credit reports. So if you're disputing anything on your credit report on your own, it's going to take a minimum, with mailing 35, 40 days, and there's no guarantee that it's going to be corrected in that time. So the best thing to do, again, consult a mortgage broker first before you start looking at homes. Get pre-approved, meaning he's going to give you a letter saying, okay, you're qualified to X amount of money. Present that to your realtor, and then when you do find a home and you make an offer, they're going to present that letter with the offer as well. It's a much, much better offer. I mean, personally, if I'm selling a house, if you're not pre-qualified, I don't even really want to look at your offer.
Correct.
So, well, we're about wrapping up here. What else do you want to tell, the viewing audience about reverse mortgages? Anything that we missed here, or, do you see it, in the next 20 years, what do you think? Where's that going to be?
I believe that there is not going to be enough supply to meet demand when it comes to reverse mortgages. The problem of it's hard to look at living a long time as a problem, but the facts are that 80% of baby boomers are way undersaved for retirement. Many of them don't have 6 months expenses put away, and if you're one of those, you're not the exception. You're really the rule. It's great to have a home, and it's great to have, with taxes and insurance, it's great to have lots of things, but when you need to eat, you can't take your house to the grocery store. You need to have the ability to have a monthly income that will allow you to maintain a lifestyle that you've earned. You've worked for it all your life.
Yes.
So if you're a senior and struggling, or a senior and planning, it's something you should look at when the time is right.
I like it. I like it a lot. So, okay, so I do want to thank Jeff for being on our show tonight. Excellent information. And if you have any questions regarding your credit reports or these reverse mortgages, give us a call at the Help Center, and we'll see if we can answer these questions for you. Again, 773-862-4000 is the number. Call now, leave your name and number, and we will get back to you. Again, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. We definitely will have you back, and have a great evening and a great weekend. Thanks for watching.